All right. I think we're live for all of about 3 seconds. So I'm putting together some of these robots because I'm really interested in doing like a full thing with this. And I got another box set of this coming in. So I figured I would put this together. So, and since I was out here doing it, I figured, hey, why not just go live? And if anybody wants to pop in, they can pop in. All you have to do is hit me with novaprime860@hotmail.com. And I'll be more than happy to have you guys come in. We can just hang out, chat a little bit. And, I think I found a piece too. Okay, that's 28. All right. So if you want to come in, just hit me up with let me know. And what we'll do is we'll get you in here. And we're just hanging out, putting together models. Now, I've got an old bottle of glue, so it's going to take me a little longer to get some of these guys together. I've already gotten this part together, but what I'm doing is I'm doing this box set, and I'm going to combine it with the new box set that it should be here any day now. And I also got some building, so I want to do like I'd say a 4x6 type of battle and just have it be epic. And basically fight myself live. What can I tell you? I would come in, but I'm working right now. That's all right, James. That's all right. Like I said, nobody has to come in. So let's go to our other screen. There we go. And then if we get some people that want to come in, just let me. I don't see anything on Twitch. I thought I went live on Twitch. All right, hold on. I'm going to pull up another thing here. And let's go to Twitch. There, my channel. Hold on. Yeah, I'm live. Live on Twitch. Oops. Okay, there we go. See, I even heard myself echo. All right, so I'm going to close that out. Yeah, because we're live on Twitch right now. There we go. There it is. Thank you. Thank you for going over and being at Twitch. This, I'll tell you, Games Workshop is doing some incredible stuff. They really are. It's a shame that they're closed down right now because I'm sure they'd have all kinds of awesome things. Don't forget, this Friday, we're going to be doing another creature for Whiz Kids. So you're going to want to be here for that. All right, there we go. All right. Let me chip this off. The biggest pain in this, the games are great, but a pain in the neck to put these things together sometimes. But when you put them together, you go, yeah, I get it. It's just a whole process in the meantime. Come on. All right, hold on here. There we go. I just couldn't get the thing in there all the way. All right. So this is going to go pretty much like this probably. Yeah, or the other way around. I don't know. We'll figure it out. It's not going to be seen, so I'm just going to scrape this. All right, there we go. So right now I'm right on this figure right here. I'll move this over. There we go. Oh, wow, look at that. How professional. Doubt it. Glowing Turtle, what's up? And like I said, because I got my headphones on, I'm going to constantly check my email. Hold on. Cancel. Oh, WWE, Drew McIntyre and Becky Lynch will appear on Raw tonight. Okay. But if you guys want to pop in, send me an email. I'll send you the link. And we'll go from there. How's that? So I need 29 and 30. 29 and 30. Oh, there they are. That's wait, that's 32. You need to have a degree in science on this. That has to be it, because that's the only railings there are. There we go. So we're going to pop that railing. And here's the other two pieces that I needed. Okay. All right. Boom. Now we'll cut those out. I think I'd have everything cut out by now, right? Nope. It's not how we do things. Yeah, so I'm very fascinated because I'm an old player of this game, and I do mean old. I had the original one back in late 80s, 90s for Epic, which was just, well, there you go. I mean, need I say more? Epic. All right, that goes there. That is going to go there. Is that correct? Yes, it is. And then our two posts are going to go there. Okay, so now we can glue. Rob, where did you get that gray map? Have everything under. You dry erase marker on there. This is there's a plastic shield over this that I put. It's a piece of laminate that I put over it. And this here, you can get it at, oh God, Game Toppers. Game Toppers. Talk to Berkey. Tell him Rob sent you. Give you a deal. And that's what I kind of use most of the time for all my stuff. All right. I am using, oh, what the heck happened here? Okay, hold on. I am using Instacure. This takes anywhere from 5 to 15 seconds. This is an old bottle, so I'm just trying to use this up because I don't want to crack up my new bottle, especially since there's no place to get this stuff anymore. Well, I mean, all the hobby stores around me, and I don't want to order stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to order stuff. All right, you go there. You go there. Boom. And then this is going to do a little thing here. We've got a lot going on this week, folks. You're going to want to kind of be around. The hardest thing with a lot of this stuff is I have very big hands. And that sometimes can be a little bit challenging. All right. Or does this go here like this? Ah, it goes there like that. So we're going to take a little, just give a little kiss there. And a little. This glue is extremely sticky because it's been against air a bit in this old bottle. You think I'd break out a new bottle? I had to cut the tip a few times. I'm cheap. What can I tell you? I'm cheap. I'm cheap. Oh, God, this is just butterfingers today. All right. And that's going to go in there like that. And that is going to go in there like that. All right. Man, this is just cool as anything. God, I love Games Workshop. I really do. All right, so 36, 35 here. That's where we are right now. 36 and 35. That doesn't make any sense to me, but we'll figure it out, won't we? That's why we're here. All right. That's 18. 37. Okay. 36. Okay. Let's cut that loose. Got a nice new pair of clippers here. Thompson, what's up, my man? What up, brother? Again, we're just hanging out. Nothing exciting. I just turned on the stream. Don't be turned off by this. We're just putting together robots. And if you just want to, stick your head in, you want to come in and we'll get this going here. Like I said, we are live, and if you guys want to pop on and be a part of the show, you're more than welcome. 35 is a little weird looking. Let's see if we can find 35. Is it on this sprue? That's the other thing. They don't tell you where anything. Oh, is that piece I cut off earlier? Yes, it is. All right, it should be in here. Hold on. Oh, of course, it has to be the one piece that I cut off earlier. All right, hold on. Because they have two here. Yeah, okay. I'll find the other one. The other one's in. Oh, there it is. Sorry, my hat is in the way. Because you got to put two of these bad boys together. Okay. Trim that off a little bit. How's that go on there, sir? Oh, it goes just like that. Look how that fits. I mean, that's pretty dead on, if you ask me. Zablik, what's up, my brother? You know it's a stream when the Zablik shows up. I was going to play a game today, but I got home a little late, and I had to take care of it. I filmed a bunch of things, so I got that done. So, I mean, we're way ahead on our filming, so. And I got something neat coming up, and that's why I had to get it filmed. And we'll put that there to dry a little bit. And then we're going to get 34. Okay. So, essentially, 34 would be, that's 33. That's 34. All right. Anthony, how are you? Hi, Rob. Thank you for entertaining us during this time down on lockdown. Yeah, I appreciate it. Well, thank you very much. I don't mind doing it. Like I said, I just figured, what the heck, just give you something different to see or talk, or if people just want to talk about things, whatever. Like I said, I'm no great streamer, but my thought was, I'd stream every single day. Hopefully it helps somebody. If it helps one person, I've done my job. That's all I can say. If it helps one person get through this crisis. I had a little too much glue on there. See, that's what happens when... Okay, does this just come in here like that? Sure does. It sure does. I think that little bit of glue I wiped off there would almost have been enough if I was able to get it in this joint here. Come on. I'll leave it on its side. Okay, there we go. And here I am just being cheap and not, instead of just opening up a brand new thing of glue, I'm trying to use up this older glue. But this stuff is just so great because it just really, it dries so quickly. Blue Sky on Mars. How are you? Played Epic in the 80s. Yeah, that was awesome, wasn't it? And was a blast. Great minis. Working on some Shadow Brimstone minis while tuned in. Great day for modeling. I agree. Sometimes you just gotta model it up, boys. Gotta model it up. Okay, I just want to bring this a little closer so I don't drip anything on my mat. All right, so we took care of that. Hey, we get to turn the page, which is always exciting. And then we got to cut out 37 and 33. Okay, that's over here. I'm gonna fold this in half because, yeah, I'm gonna have to use this again, but that's all right. So we're right here. All right, maybe we get this bad boy done. Who knows? That'd be kind of cool. Then I'll get all the little ones done, the buildings. I want to try to get this done before my new set comes, which should be here by the end of the week, which I'm excited about, along with some other stuff that I got coming. Surprise, surprise. Because we constantly got to get stuff for the channel. We do. We really do. Now, if you guys saw today, a video went up by Roger. Well, I did a nice little video for Roger there. Roger's a great guy. Dungeon Crusade, with all the bang ups and bruises that this poor guy has taken, it is due out probably in 30 days. And if it can get here, I mean, I'd be happy for him. I really would. He's such a good guy. He deserves nothing but good things. And we've tried to help him. We started helping him, what, 4 years ago? Right when the channel started? I did an interview with him from my kitchen. That's how long ago it was. That's how long ago it was. Yep. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, big boy. Stay right there. All right, so now the way this works, or so they're trying to tell me, is I'm supposed to glue this into here. Hold on. I want to make sure I'm doing this right. Because I am. Oh, no, no, no. Hey, Rob. Don't get ahead of yourself. See, this is. There we go. So this goes on top here like this. And that sits in there like that. Man, all their stuff always fits so well. Okay. All right. I think we can do this. I think. Hold on. Let me make sure. Nothing tricky going on. I don't like to be fooled. All right. I'm good. I'm good. Godzilla Lover, how are you? Oh, Godzilla Lover, if you had a camera, you should just come on and you guys can chat with me. You can ask me any kind of questions while we're doing our modeling day. This is kind of a Q&A modeling day thing, whatever. All right, so how did I have that? This is going towards the back, like so. I don't have my good glasses. That's the thing that's bothering me. Oh, no, it does fit in there. Now, how many people like it when they get glue on their hands and then they have to like try to pick long strips of it off? Have you ever done that? Rob, have you ever slobbered on a mini with hot glue or whatnot? Yeah, I think everybody has. I mean, we all make mistakes. I've overdone it a few times. Let's just paint over it. All right, that goes in there like that. Okay, so let's see if we can do this. Problem is this glue it's just asking me to slobber with it. And it's because it's an old glue. I keep on forgetting to lay this down so I don't have to wait for it. And then I'm squeezing and squeezing. And then all of a sudden it just goes whoop. I mean, I'm just trying to use things up because I'm so damn cheap. It's okay to be cheap, folks. A fool is soon parted with his money, as they say. Okay, what happened here? Oh, there we go. That's how you game workshop. I don't think I have enough tech savvy for that. If you have a camera, you could just click the link. I make it easy for you. All right, so there we go. But honestly, like I said, I'm going to check my email, see if anybody wants to pop in. You're more than welcome to pop in. Once one comes in, everybody comes in. Okay. I'm looking at it, and it tells me it's checking for mail. It's updated just now. Okay. All right. You don't have to come in either. But I open it up so everybody can just kind of come in. And sometimes it's just good to come in and maybe you're frustrated. Maybe you got a few things on your mind. Hey, that's what we're here for. All right, 37. which I bet you 10-1 is this piece right here. That's 18. That's 37. Okay, there we go. Look at us. We're trying to build a giant robot. Not just any robot, but a warlord. And then I got that new set coming. Oh, man, we are going to do it. I was trying to. What did you say? You can come in, Dan. Just email me and I'll send you a link. By the way, hold on. Let me hide that. All I got to do is just invite. Boof. And anybody can come in. But if you want to come in, Dan, you're more than welcome. All right, now 51 and 52. There's little blue marks here. So that's kind of important because they have a little thing in the beginning here that tells you blue marks. Painting subassembly, optional. I'll get in there. I'll figure it out. I'm going to do something a little different with these anyways. I've got some ideas. All right, 50, 50, 50, 51. That would be over here. Let's go over here and grab this. I'm sorry my head keeps on getting in the way. 50, 50, 50. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this has lied to me. 53. 50. Okay, got that. Got that. There we go. Okay, having a problem with my camera. Giant robots are always in style. I agree with you. But these particularly are glorious because, as we know, one of my... Oh, there's 51. And as we know... put that over there. All right, so how's this work? So, 51. And they don't give you a great picture. Okay, there we go. All right. I'm digging that. All right. So let me put a little magic on there. See, it goes in quicker now if I leave it on the side. Come on, Rob. Stay with the game here. All right. There. Now 52. 50. Well, that's kind of got me a little confused here. Oh, no. Not Games Workshop. Games Workshop does things old school. And they make sure stuff... These guys, this stuff really always just fits together very well. People should just... Well, this is why they're the leader. Okay? They're the leader in modeling kits. Let's just call it what it is. There was a time when when people would complain about the game. And I remember I read an interview where a guy goes, "Oh, well, we're a modeling company. We're not a game company. The game is just something that comes along." That guy, that president, is no longer with. Boy, did that tick off a whole bunch of people. That ticked off a whole bunch of people. It sure did. Oh, no. We're no. We're not a game company. We're a modeling company. Oh, boy. The next year, that guy was fired. And then all of a sudden, we have the kind of renaissance that we have now. And what a job they have done. I've got the other game that I'm trying to put together is the it's the airplane game. It kind of reminds me of my old favorite, which is Bombers over the Sulphur River. which I'm a big component of okay, where does this go? Okay, so this piece here that we've so eloquently put aside for a moment goes in here, like so. Is that what you're trying to tell me? Hold on. All right, let's make sure that we... I don't want to press things too hard, because then it all kind of... We were just saying how great everything fits together, right? All right, hold on. What does it? All right, so that piece there is going to go on here like so. Is that what you're trying to tell me? So, okay, so it's just going to sit on there. Why are we having such a hard time? Oh, maybe because this goes here like so. Oh, no, that goes in. You just got to move it a little bit. There we go. Okay, I got it. Gabby, get out of here, you tomato. Aeronautica. There you go. Yeah, I got that one too. So I got a whole bunch of stuff with that, and I just found it, and I went, oh yeah, I have this. You know, typical gamer. Oh, I have this? Oh, look at that. That's Butsy. That is Butsy. Oh, how could you not love Warhammer stuff? How could you not? I gotta ask you, how could you not? How? Go ahead. Come on, live. Tell me why you don't like Games Workshop. You know who I wish was up? My friend over in England. I would love to have him on. Let's see here. All right. I'm just checking something there. Okay. Cool. All right. Let's do this. Oh, nice. All right. And that, oh, I mean, look how that just fits in there. I know this is in 720. That's the one thing I wish SteamYard would do is, and I love SteamYard. I really do. I think it's such a great program. It's expensive. Well, I mean, it cost me a ton, but it really just shines. But it does so many really neat things. Wipe some of that glue off. I don't mind getting it on my hands. I'd rather get it on my hands than my dog barking. Oh, dog got in trouble this morning, boy. She almost ran in the street. Wife was not having any. Oh, whoa, there's our first casualty today. What's going on here? Usually you have about 5 or 6 of those, and then you become frustrated. Oh, what the heck? Why am I doing this model and stuff? I should just pay somebody to put this together. No, never. Never. You do your own thing, bro. You do your own thing. But, she saw another dog. She saw a guy jogging with a dog, and she was not having any of it. So she ran right up to the edge of the road and was letting them know, listen, the Orans live here. Nobody comes down this road. Why are you all of a sudden jogging down here? And my mom's out here, so I'm not going to have you come near me. So she got in a little trouble. Well, Mom, I was trying to defend you. You could try that. I tried using that. He's good in The Witcher. Harry Cahill, Superman, is into Warhammer and posts himself painting custies. That's cool. And, you know, it has such a unbelievable following. I mean, look at this. I mean, Warhammer, it really does. It has an unbelievable following. I mean, the following is dedicated. They're very loyal. They can be a little snarky at times. And I think that's the thing that kind of turns people off to a degree. All right, 42. That's 4. Okay, we need 2 43s. Oh, look at that. That's like rear exhaust panels there. That's cool. And and honestly, you know, it's funny. Smaller companies do well when Games Workshop isn't doing very well. You know, when they get caught up in whatever thing that they get into. Okay, but good luck trying to beat them when they're on their A game, because it actually kills a lot of small companies. It really does. Because when they're on their A game, there's no other company that you want to play. The history, Blood Bowl, Man of War, Epic 40K, Mordheim, Necromunda. I mean, all these games have memories for people, and they're building new memories for people. All right, let's take a look here. Okay, so that's cool. All right, so we're right here. All right, so as always, I've got to make sure everything fits. These mitts. I wish I could just borrow somebody else's hands for an hour, and then get my hands back when I have to go to work. All right, there. That works there. Okay, so everything will work there. So I'm going to put a little love. Oh, shoot. Okay. So if you guys had to pick one, some of you guys have been around, all right? So if you're Warhammer fans, what is your favorite Warhammer game now and in the past? We're going to take a little poll here. We're going to find out. I'll vote as well, but I'm not going to say anything until the very end. Because it's all right, there we go. All right, get a little more. So I'd like to see what your thoughts are. So I was going to have live people in here. I like doing this kind of format, even if nobody comes in. They have people have the option to just stick their head in and come on. You could be just kind of sitting around doing nothing and just say, something, I'm going to go on and talk to Rob for a bit, because he's just a regular Joe like anybody else. I'm afraid I only have experience with Warhammer Quest card game and Silver Tower. That's all right. Okay, that counts as a vote. But some of you people that have been around, you can say, but Silver Tower, okay. Now, Silver Tower to me I was so excited for. We actually did it live here. I painted it up. I was all jacked up because I thought I was getting the whoa. What happened there? Okay, that. Oh yeah, they do go down. Oh, for the love of Mike. Okay. Oh boy, I painted that. That's all right. Boy, if only I read the thing. Oh, and of course, right on the other page, it shows you how they go in there. Okay. Well, I'll learn a lesson for the next guy. All right, that goes in there like that. I'm going to take that off. There we go. Fixed. I like the Signar stuff, and the only Warhammer thing I've painted is a Stormcast Eternal. Well, that's cool. Stormcast Eternals were very cool. I was very skeptical when that came out, and I went, oh boy. I go, well, I kind of like these new guys. All right, we're going to go into 44s here. Okay, 44s. That's a 44. That's a 44. And I was kind of skeptical of the whole thing. And then I saw their army come out. When they went away from the block regiment format, I was very big into the fantasy because it was all regiment, and it was just always just cool. It did get out of hand, but the End of Times I thought was an awesome story, and you were kind of like, yeah, this is really cool. I get it. I get why they killed everything off, and it was a lot. It was a lot of fun, but ultimately, I have my old roots into it, and the thing about it is that you really think about it, okay, and how. Oh, here we go. Okay, hold on here. All right, there we go. Look at that. Come on, sit there, son. Oh, is that the delivery guy now? I don't want him to come right now because actually I have I'm trying to put these guys together. Okay, so we have a bunch of 45s that we got to put in there. Okay, we can do that. Oh, these little dot things. Look at these things. Okay. Actually, I could just do this. 1, 2, and then we'll just trim up a little bit. But anyways, always loved 40K. I do like the skirmish more than the regiment. I mean, I still have a soft spot for it because I mean that was my 30 years ago. Jeez, what was I 30 years ago? It's in my late 30s, I think. I mean, late 20s. Oh, no. I was in my 20s. Was I 30? Yeah, 30 years ago, I was 30. Yeah. Okay. So, you just have that old feel. Let's see. I like the Sigmar stuff. Let's see. How do you join? Oh, I just sent you a link. Hold on. I had my head buried. Let's see. Who's here? All right, Dan. We'll get you in. Hold on, folks. We're going to take a second here. I got to do this. I got to copy that. There we go. And then what we're going to do is we're going to switch over to here for a second. So you guys don't, I can't have you looking at my email. All right, Danny Uzo. Let me send that to you. We'll talk a little bit. We'll talk a little bit about some of these issues here. Paste. Wait a minute, what am I doing? Oh, there we go. Paste. Shoop. All right, there we go. We send it. Boom. Anybody else want to come in while I'm here? All you do is just send me an email. I send you the link. You pop your head in. Oh, look at this. Yeah, sure. Why not? Sure, Ken. Come on in. Well, this is as good as time as anybody to have some lads here. All right, there we go. All right, I think I'm good now. I'm going to close out that, and then we're going to come back over here. And okay, there we go. All right, back down the table. Back down to the table. And as we get people in, I'll just pop them in. But let's see. I love 40K Blood Bowl. I had 1,000-point Dark Eldar army. Oh man, that's cool. I always tried to get all the armies and paint them all so I could just do things. You know, if I didn't go to a shop or something like that. I had a Wood Elf army. I had a High Elf army. I had Dark Elf army. I had I had the Bretonians. You know, 40K, I would have Salamanders. I had Blood Angels. You know, I had everything that you could possibly imagine. Oh, Ken, are you all right there? Oh, there's Ken. All right, we're going to get you in here, brah. I'm going to add you to the stream. Ken, how are you? Boom.
Hello. Testing.
Justin? Ken, how are you?
Rob, hi.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, am I a little hot?
Do you have a headset?
Justin? Ken, how are you?
Rob, hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm very good, sir. Sorry, just give me one moment here. I'm just fixing my audio.
Okay.
Rob, hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm very good, sir. Sorry.
Let's see. It's also easy to magnetize the arms. Yeah, you see, I was going to magnetize everything, but I didn't. Salamanders. I had Blood Angels. You know, I had everything that you could possibly imagine. Ken,
hello, hi there.
Right there? Hey, how are you? Yeah,
hi, okay. Sound fixed.
All right, we're going to get you in here, bro. You're still reverberating a little bit. We can hear you on this. We can hear your computer.
Oh, you can hear my computer. Okay, you know what? I'm going to grab my headphones, make this a little more.
Rob, hi.
Yeah, there you go.
Hi, how are you? Am I a little hot?
There you go. Take your time. It's always fun here. Always fun here. But this is the kind of stuff we do. So we got Ken coming in. I think we're waiting for oh, you know what? I forgot I can highlight your guys' stuff too. Boom. There you go. You know what the problem is? I'm so busy. Oh, is that dog coming in here? What, girl? Come on. It's neat because you can magnetize it and change all the different weapons and stuff like that, but I'll be honest with you. I do that. I've done that with a few things. And it actually works really good. All right, let's put that in there. We'll put that in there. Oh, we're trying to get Ken back on. There's Ken.
How's that?
Perfect.
That's better?
A lot better.
More echo? Okay,
no more echo.
good.
So how you doing, brother?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
All right. All right, so who are you online? Are you?
I'm Glowing Turtle.
Oh, you're like a legend in my mind. I'll be honest with you. That Drifter game was. Oh, I mean, it was probably one of the best games I played in a long time. Now, I'm a big fan of 4 Against Darkness and D100. And I moved those up in my top 20, I believe I did.
Right.
All right. Now these are just simple games. This game is definitely in my top 15.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I can't suggest that game more. Not because you're on. I'm not trying to butter your bread or anything like that.
But you're doing a good job.
I think you've known me, a bit now here. I'm going to get Dan in here.
Yeah, you're a straight shooter for sure.
Yeah, I caught. Look at the setup on this dude.
Whoa,
Dan. Dan, what planet are you going to?
That's quite the battle station.
Thank you.
Holy cow! I mean, look at it.
Nice to meet you, Dan.
Nice to meet you guys.
How are you?
All right.
Whoa! I mean, where are you going, dude? I mean, did you know this whole thing was coming on, and that you just decided to go out and buy all that, or what? That's coming short. I think that's showing off. What do you think, Ken?
Yeah, I think.
I think that's a little bit. Yeah. Well, let me get this view where you can see.
It's not often I see a chair where I think I could fall asleep in.
Yeah,
you know? It seems like really comfortable. Really, you got everything going on there. Bright lights, stimulating.
I actually have one of those. My son actually gave it to me.
Oh, one of those chairs or the?
Oh,
Yeah, he gave me the chair. He gave me the chair
wow.
because I was sitting in a metal chair.
It's like mine.
I got nothing like that. That's sweet.
So getting back to hold on, let me see if that's Dan.
Is that you, Dan?
Yeah, Dan, you got some feedback there. Yep. There we go.
Better?
Yeah, better.
Okay.
So anyways, getting back to the drifter, I mean, the way that flows and the way it works, I mean, I was just completely, I'm like, okay, well, this works. Okay, this works. You know, you're looking for something to glitch up and where you got to scratch your head, kind of like Barbarian Prince and everything like that.
Right.
Where you kind of had some issues with it, but there wasn't one. That thing was smoother, and it was actually better than Barbarian Prince.
Well, that's very kind, because actually it was the whole idea was I really enjoyed Barbarian Prince, but I found there was a lot of nuanced rules.
Right.
To avoid that, that was the whole goal when I made the Drifter. Was I really wanted it all to be spelt out in front of you for the most part. There's very little you had to look up as soon as you get started. Right? You do an action, the action always falls with an event, and then when you're done the event, you go back to an action. It's just that direct, right?
Right.
So I didn't want to get bogged down with there was some of those rules with Barbarian Prince in terms of weight capacity, how much you could carry. I found that to be a little bit jarring, and kind of almost took you out of it a bit, almost made it too mathematical as opposed to just focusing on being immersed in the story itself, right? So
I found that the weight and the food became more of the game,
right,
than the actual game itself. I mean, the game had a wonderful presence about it.
Yeah.
But then you tried to start figuring out, oh my God, I'm not going to make it. I gotta stop a day and get food.
Right.
And then I can't carry all these other things in hopes that they can help me out in a later part. So I mean, you're dead on about that. With the Drifter, it just.
Well, I really wanted the story to be the focus, right? It's about the adventure, right? As opposed to the food wasn't a bad idea for Barbarian Prince. I think it could work, but it's just that it was. I just found that with all the other nuanced rules, it kind of bogged it down a bit, eh? So
right,
yeah.
And how's it been going for you? I mean, has it been selling well?
Oh yeah, very well. Thank you. I got the silver badge there recently on Drive Through RPG, so it's my wife's very happy about that. So I can.
Oh, nice.
I spent so much time on the thing that she insisted I buy her a pizza as soon as I made enough.
Now, it only did well because I played it live, right?
Well, hey, don't discredit yourself. I can hear the sarcasm, but it's absolutely true. I've gotten lots of attention since then, for sure. It was actually initially it was Marco, the gentleman from Europe there.
Yeah. Oh, he did it.
Yeah, he reviewed it, OmniGamer, and he made a review of it, and there was a lot of response from that. So yours and his
that's cool,
quite large. So well, I notice a lot more because I can see when people purchase the game, if they're spending pounds or American dollars, right? So when he released his review, I saw a lot of people from Europe picking it up, which I was really surprised to see in terms of a Western themed game. But I guess But then when you played it, I noticed a lot of increase of American sales. So I guess you have a lot of fans in the States, kind of thing. So
well, I do live here.
Yeah. There you go. Right. Where are you actually, Rob? Sorry, where are you?
I'm actually in Florida.
You're in Florida. Oh, beautiful. I've been there once when I was in my teens, so it was many years ago. But
it was a decision by my wife, and she we just decided to come down here. I lived in Connecticut for most of my life.
Wow.
But we just decided to take a shot. I got a transfer, and then here we are.
Very nice. Do you like it in Florida? Are you happy with it? The climate's quite.
I can't stand. For me, the heat is a little bit too much for me at times.
Mm-hmm.
But I get used to it every year. It seems to go easier and easier on me.
Right.
So I'm okay with it thus far.
Well,
but
it's hard.
My wife loves it.
She loves it. Oh, that's the important part. Happy wife, happy life, right?
Yeah, that's what they say.
But actually, I'm a Canadian boy. I'm way up north. I'm in Thunder Bay. I'm in Ontario, Canada. So
wow.
North, up there. So I'm about an hour from the Minnesota border, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
because I have family up in Toronto.
Oh, is that right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that makes me a Maple Leafs fan.
Yeah.
For a very long time.
There's a lot of jokes made about that in these parts, for sure.
Oh, hey.
Well, between the Leafs and the Montreal Canadiens, right?
Oh, God,
there's always fights. I've seen many bar fights over that. So
I saw it's kind of funny. And Dan,
Yes.
you like hockey, especially you're in Jersey, right?
Yeah. Look.
Oh, there you go.
He's a Ranger fan. Okay. All right. When I was a kid, and the thing that attracted me, it was, first of all, my uncle was a huge Maple Leaf fan. So that made me a Maple Leaf fan, and I just always followed him. But there was this cartoon that came out, and it was about this kid, and this is real old. This is going back to like 1970. And boy, this thing just isn't going to dry there. But it was about the kid. He was a big Rocket Richard fan, and he wanted a Montreal Canadiens sweater for his birthday. So his mother wrote the department store and ordered a sweater. But what came was a Toronto Maple Leaf sweater.
Nice.
So he got thrown off the team. He was shunned by everybody because he had this Toronto Maple Leaf.
Nice.
It was definitely a propaganda thing that, yeah.
No, but that's from both sides though, right? Like Montreal fans tend to hate Toronto fans and vice versa, right? And then, yeah, I see it all the time here. I got friends who are very much steeped in both sides. So sometimes that breaks up our board game nights if there's a bit of a talk. Hockey talk comes up once in a while, So.
That's the beauty of that sport.
But what I was saying, sorry, about the weather. It's kind of hard to complain about the weather up here. We don't get nearly as humid hot weather as you get, but we will get weather as hot as 30 degrees Celsius, anyways, and then as cold as minus 30 in the summertime. Now, that's Fahrenheit though, so
yeah,
minus 30 Celsius to minus 22 Fahrenheit.
Whoa.
Yeah. So it's kind of hard for me to complain about heat, but I have been to Florida, and it was quite the humidity I found was really tough. That's what I found tough. Yeah.
Hawks fan. Ooh,
Hawks. Whoa.
Blackhawk fan. That's like a dirty word around here. Them Blackhawks.
So what game is this for? What game is this for, Rob? Sorry, I missed what you were painting.
Yeah, I'll show you. Actually, hold on. Matter of fact, I'll go to the other view here. And Dan, I got something I got to ask you too, Dan. Okay. There we go. It's not the small edition. It's the Grandmaster edition.
Whoa, that's massive.
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge. Well, the whole premise of this is just huge. You get buildings and everything with it, and this is just one part of it. They came out with another part with more mechs, robots, whatever you want to call them.
Holy jeez!
And it's all played in the Horus Heresy time, so it's okay. It's pretty cool.
Wow, that's massive. Man, how many figures do you have for this set? Is this just the one?
And this,
That one
yeah,
box?
yeah. Well, right now I'm waiting for my second box to come, and there'll be I'm going to have it's going to take up this whole table, which is just going to be glorious.
Unbelievable! Wow.
I mean, you guys, if you're going to do something, you might as well go.
You can go all out.
Yeah.
I actually did quite a bit of painting for a while there for the Imperial Assault game.
Yes.
I saw you have in the back there.
That's all painted, as a matter of fact.
You painted all that, eh?
Yeah.
Probably a few years ago now, I figure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know where it is.
And I found what really helped immensely with the painting. I got quite into it for a while, but it was the wash. The wash made all the difference in the world. It brought out all the details. Like the first time I painted, I did the Castle Ravenloft box, but I didn't use a wash.
Mm-hmm.
And it just looked really plain. None of the features popped, and I didn't know anything about it yet. Then when I researched it, and I started doing a wash. Now, do you tend to use your like a pre-made wash, or do you make your own wash sometimes?
No, I'll use something that I've made washes before. Oh, wait a minute, hold on.
You have, eh?
Like I've got washes. I mean, these are I got these out because I'm getting prepped for Friday's thing.
Okay.
And this is a soft tone, which is a brown wash, a red wash. So depending on the color, it gets in the grooves. If you have a highly detailed model like this, you put a wash over, all of a sudden it gives it depth.
Right.
That's what it really comes down to. Dan, you painted quite a bit, don't you?
Yeah.
Painter Dan? Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you?
I got some things. I've been working on things here and there. Some Gloomhaven.
All right. Nice job.
Nice. Yeah, very good.
And then I got some things in the works.
Yeah, what about that game that you were talking about?
Yeah, I'm still waiting on it. It's held up, I think, at port in Spain.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah, that's you got it. I've been looking forward to that. That looks like it's going to be something special.
Yeah, it is pretty something, but
You can't find it anywhere. I tried to look for it. I couldn't find it.
What is it? What is it? Sorry, what is it you're getting?
Dungeon Universalis.
Okay, I don't think I know that one.
Yeah, it looks really interesting. So, what are you working on now, Ken?
Actually, I'm working on. I just finished the core rule set for a space version of like the Drifter,
Really?
but it's going to be space, and there's going to be a little more to it, but it's still going to have that same level of simplicity. It's just that you're able to, instead of using suits, like in the Drifter was suits for everything. You know, difficulty for the suit, your bounty suit, your loot suit. Well, this one, it's stars. It's certain different color stars. And there's going to be options. There's going to be a particular mechanic in the game, though, where you're able to, depending if you get a certain item, you're going to be able to upgrade your weapon star, upgrade your thruster star, and then upgrade your actual ray gun star. So it allows more customization, but the mechanics are still very similar. But it just brings a little more side. I just started doing actually a few events for it, and the ideas are really pouring out for it. It's good. It's going to be pretty big. It's going to be very, very big. It's going to be a while till I'm done, but
that's all right. I got time. I'm still alive.
I've actually came up with a neat event scenario for, you know how you have the elite posse in the Drifter, which essentially turns your game into a timed game now.
Really?
Well, the elite posse is that. Remember, he always moves one hex closer to you.
Yeah.
And then when he actually gets on your hex, you lose the game. Well, I actually came up with an event where it's the same kind of concept, but there's a number of different possibilities you can get.
Right.
So it's pretty exciting, actually. I'm pretty excited about it because you could get something like the elite posse, but there's also other options in there that are sci-fi related that can really change the dynamic completely of the game. So, and it's going to be completely inundated with sci-fi references, vague sci-fi references, but diehard nerds of those particular IPs will get the references. Like my Western game, really, it's the Drifter is completely essentially it's my tribute to the Western. You know, it's just lots of research. Try to take every single possible Western trope and throw it into one game. So for sci-fi, there's so much more for sci-fi and so many more possibilities that I can already tell the game's going to be huge when I actually get a chance to finish it. So thanks for the inspiration, Rob.
Oh,
I said, you know what? Yeah, it's a good idea. Because after I saw you play Star Smuggler.
Oh God.
Yeah, I was really disappointed because it's got all that potential I feel in there. I think it's a great visionary game, but once again, I think it's just overly complicated. And if people like that, that's fantastic. But I think it's really great for an introductory kind of experience for a lot of people, just to have that simplicity, but still have that story feel to it, and you're still interacting enough.
I was shockingly disappointed in that.
Yeah,
I mean, I really, really was.
Yeah. It was a bit heavy. It seemed very heavy.
Yeah, and it just, none of it made any sense. There were no answers for the things that you were trying to solve.
Right.
You know, it was like, okay, I start here, but why? You know, it was just like the simplest of things were left out, and I was just like, okay, you know, it basically says, okay, you start here. And, you know, just like the Barbarian Prince.
Right.
Now, somebody cleaned up the Barbarian Prince.
Yes, that's actually, his name is Todd Sanders, I think, because that's the version I downloaded a few years ago.
Yeah.
I played quite a bit of that one.
And I downloaded it, and it seems a lot better.
It's cleaned up. He did a great job cleaning it up. It still has all the same mechanics, but it's just still, it's cleaned up a lot better for sure.
No, I agree with that, and it works real good. Hey, so Dan.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, yeah.
Dan.
Yes.
What do you got there, bro?
Dan? That's going to eat you. What is that?
I've been working on it. I'm working on this guy.
Oh, that's terrific.
Whoa.
Red dragon? What is it?
Yeah, that's a red dragon.
And I got a LED in I drilled out the back of his head. I still have to hook it up yet. And I mean, there's a lot more work I got to do on him.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a custom job, the light in there, or is that part of the figure? Like, did that come with it, or did you customize that figure?
Yeah, no, I drilled out the back. I drilled the holes.
Oh,
I ran the wires in for the LED.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow!
So that way it'll light up, you know, his mouth.
That's amazing. Is that for a particular game, or is that just for?
This was a Reaper model.
Okay.
Ah,
very cool.
I forget the name of them, but yeah. I mean, we're gonna do a lot more work on him, but yeah,
he's terrific.
Thank you.
Really good.
Thank you.
They've really come a long way in the whole miniatures, eh? Like the details. Like I saw one video you did, Rob, there, and they look great. Like there's a certain almost more of a cartoon aesthetic to like the mid-90s ones. You were doing like was it Warhammer or
that?
Was that what it was? Was that the one? It was from the game from the mid-90s.
Yeah. The Beholders.
Beholder. Okay. Yeah. Right.
I was working on two of them.
Yeah. Those look great.
Thanks. I'm actually this weekend we're doing. WizKids has started putting out their own models, and they are fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to give them all the credit in the world.
Well, it seems like a lot of the games nowadays, people aren't interested unless they have nice miniatures. It's really becoming quite part of the whole aesthetic of having a board game now.
One of the hardest things about this channel is that I started, just painting stuff, and I would paint things up and then play it, and then people got so used to it that you cannot play a game unless it's painted. So I have to paint everything before we play it here, or else you get the 900 questions. How come it's not painted? How come it's not painted?
It's funny you say that, actually, because I just finished my friends and I painted Imperial Assault probably 2 years ago, but haven't played it yet. Right. So I got them all painted. And then I told a couple of buddies of mine, will you please play this game with me? Because, it's about time, right? It's probably a few $100s of game alone. Forget about painting them. The amount of time I put into that. But anyway, it really brought it out, though, playing the game with the miniatures. I think because it made it a lot easier to find your character, because they're all gray initially. So
because it number one, it brings it out. Number two, what you find is that it actually enhances the game.
Yes,
it makes it more thematic.
Yes, Yes, definitely. And it was and I find now if I'm going to buy a new game, if I see it has miniatures, I have to ask myself, am I going to paint this? Because if I'm not willing to paint it, it's going to drive me crazy. So I'm sure that's what you're getting at to a certain degree.
Oh God, I keep on hoping for games that come unpainted.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Or
Nice.
they come already pre-painted.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I'll buy that.
I remember the X-Wing game was quite nice for that. They did a pretty good job. It wasn't bad.
They did do a good job with that. It just the game didn't. It took off. It did really well, and now all of a sudden it's just kind of dead, which is kind of weird. You know?
Yeah. Well, they did that second version of it.
Yeah.
So I think people got
frustrated. It was more for tournaments. Than anything else.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people got frustrated with it. You know, you're saying about I got all the whatchamacallit painted already for Imperial Assault. Right. And I think I played it like once.
Yeah. Exactly. Actually, but most of my pleasure came from not playing the game. It came from painting it.
Yeah.
Go figure, you know?
Well, that's the funny thing about painting. You know, it adds another dimension to what you buy.
Yeah, absolutely.
It adds another hobby like this. They always had 3 hobbies in one. Number 1, they had modeling. Number 2, they had painting, and then of course gameplay in it. And that's their model.
Yeah. Well, that's the hobby now.
That's the hobby part of it. You become a hobbyist.
Absolutely. All
right, get in there.
There's even people who get people to like they hire people to paint them for them.
Oh God, I get asked.
Yeah,
I get asked a lot, and I'm just like, there's no way I have time to paint somebody, and I would feel guilty about painting somebody's stuff. I just don't think my stuff's good enough.
Really? Oh, yeah. You and Dan both did a great job.
Oh, I think Rob's stuff is excellent.
I think it's just something within me, and I just don't feel confident enough to say, hey, give me this much for whatever.
Right.
And I just wouldn't do it. And plus, I've done so much for charity.
Oh, good.
And that kind of ruins it when it comes to paint my own thing. Like I'll paint a bunch of games for, like Blood Rage, for instance. Initially I had a lot of fun painting that game.
Oh.
But then I went to go paint my own. I painted so many of them for charities, for auctions and stuff like that I can't even look at the game now. I can't even look at it.
That's kind of how I feel about my Castle Ravenloft. The paint job's so terrible and so butchered. I can't get myself to pull it. Yeah, it just looks like a big mess. Yeah, so I can't get myself to play it. It's kind of the opposite problem you have. Yours look great, but you're probably just tired of looking at them.
I don't know.
But that's a great testament though to your passion for it though. People tell you they look fantastic and they do, but you yourself obviously always want to try to find ways to improve your skill with it, to try to
you
take
never
it a step further.
You never stop learning, and I always say right in the beginning, I go, listen, I am not a professional painter. I mean, you see some of these guys are very, very talented and very gifted. And, the older I get, because I'm pretty old, my hands are going, my eyes are going, and you start losing things, like I could barely hold on to things anymore. You just don't have the grip that you used to have.
Dexterity. Yeah. Since I broke 40, I painted my minis. I was 41, and I was like, if I can still do this, maybe I'll still feel like I got something here. I could. I still have it together a bit.
I wish I was 40.
Me too.
Well, you guys look great for your age. You guys are over 40. Good for you.
Let's try around 60.
Oh, wow. Good for you, man. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm hanging in there.
Looks like you pump a lot of iron there, Rob. So.
Yeah, I do.
Good for you, man. Wow.
I don't miss a day. Even during this thing, I've been very fortunate enough to be able to get to keep up with it. So
good for you. Do you have a pretty strict diet too and stuff, or what? You seem like you're pretty. You keep yourself in shape for a guy. For your hobby is for sitting down a lot.
Yeah. But pretty much, my diet is anything that the queen puts in front of me. And, yeah, it's just like, you're going to eat this. Okay. But, I mean, we eat pretty well. I mean, she's in tremendous shape as well. I mean, she really keeps herself together.
Yeah, but, I know what you're talking about. You just feel good about yourself if you're physically active to a certain degree, right?
And I built it into my life where it's the first thing I do. I got to let some of this sit and dry, so I'm going to just move this over here like that. There we go. So it becomes the first thing I do every day. Mm-hmm. I get up in the morning. The first thing I'm doing is I'm working out, and then work. I have a pattern that I come here. My days are about 60. I have about 16-hour day.
Wow.
I work my normal job, and then I come here and I do this for about 8 hours.
Wow.
I don't know how you do it.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Exhausting just hearing about it.
Yeah. And, I just, I don't know. I'm just very fortunate. I'm able to, I still love what I'm doing. I believe that, all in all, what I'm doing is something good.
Yeah, right.
If one person watches and it makes a difference in their life, I mean, what more can you do? You could try to play to the masses. Doesn't always work.
Well,
and if you think you're going to be famous, you're not. There's only a few people that have been very blessed to do that, and I think they got to sweat all the time. I wouldn't want to be in their shoes.
Well, it's one thing to want to be famous for the sake of being famous,
Mm-hmm.
which I feel sounds like a very empty concept. But if you're just doing something you love and a lot of people just start paying attention to you, well, that's a pretty great feeling I could see being. But yeah, the more famous you would get with something, the more headaches you got to deal with, the more criticisms and trolls and.
Oh God, boy, criticisms. It's always the cowards though. That's the one that always kills me. The ones that I go, well, why don't you come find me at a con and tell me this?
Well, I always think of it that those people just wish they were doing what you were doing.
Yeah.
They just don't know how to do it, so they lash out. It's
Dan's actually got a channel.
You got a channel, Dan?
Not much of a channel, but
you got to start somewhere, Dan.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you're the reason why I decided to do it.
Well, thank you very
I'm
much.
not kidding you. I'm not kidding.
I mean, that means a lot to me. And like I said, if you can inspire, I may not be the greatest painter, but if somebody picks up a brush that didn't pick up a brush and they turn out to be, this fantastic painter, then I've accomplished everything that you can ever ask to accomplish.
I'm sure I don't even want to. I could never be on camera, and I'm only on here because of you.
I appreciate it.
You know what I mean? I'm camera shy.
Well, it comes across very natural, Dan. You hide it well, buddy.
We got a question here. Hold on here. Rob, did you happen to get Reichbuster's Project Viral? It's like Zombicide, but with a supernatural zombie alternate World War II theme. The miniatures are amazing. No, I did not get that. I'm going to wait for it to come. Like I've never backed a Kickstarter in my life, and I don't plan on doing it anytime soon. I wait for everything to come retail. If it comes retail, great. If it doesn't, that's fine too. If somebody wants to send it to me, meaning one of these companies, that's fine too. But for me to take my money and deposit it someplace for 2.5 years, it's just not me. Now, do I support Kickstarters? Oh, hell yeah. Because you've got some of the best games coming out. But
Rob, what, if you don't mind me asking, what turned you off from the Kickstarter thing? Because that's interesting.
I just couldn't see. I saw how many projects are always late.
Okay.
And it just, I just said, well, I put money out there that I don't know if I'm going to get it back. I don't know if I'm going to get what they said they promised to, and I got to wait 2 years for it. I couldn't see it. Now, the funny thing about it is Do I end up buying them all or finding a way to get them? Absolutely.
Right.
But when they come out, guess what? I found that half the time, some of these go to retail before the backers even get them.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's crazy. I didn't know that.
I've gotten yelled at by people going, "How'd you get that?" Well, I got it at Miniature Market. And they go, well, I haven't even got my copy yet. And I go, well, one of the reasons why I don't back Kickstarter, brother.
That is very odd, actually. That would actually be the case sometimes.
That's
very peculiar.
I mean, go figure that one out. Go figure that one out. Yeah. Boy, these are a project and a half putting these things together. But
there's a lot of small pieces there.
Oh God! I mean, I've already put together easily 100 pieces. I mean, if you think about it. And then, now I'm waiting for 2 pieces to dry that I wish, it's like a stumbling block. I was moving along and then you run into this one piece that is always going to be a stumbling block. Crying out loud. All I want to do is get my robots together and fight with them.
But they got to be painted. You got to make sure you paint them first.
Well, I got to make sure I paint them first.
What colors are you going to do? You thought what colors you want to do?
I saw this one here, like the Questorial Knights. I really like that color scheme. Cool. And then the enemies in that kind of theme. So I'm thinking of doing that. I'm thinking of going with what I see. And I really like it. Horus Heresy was just, it's one of the most historic stories in the 40K universe.
Right.
And they brought this thing to life, and it's just, okay, count me in.
I tried 40K once, actually. I only tried it once. I knew a guy who was right into it, and he brought me out once to try it. It was a pretty interesting game. I was pretty amazed, though, at the amount of history that's been written about it. He says it goes back to the 80s, that they've been writing stories. And
Rogue Trader,
yeah.
Rogue Trader. It goes all the way back to the 80s, and it's amazing to think of what they've been able to do with it. I mean, it's just a phenomenal thing. I had wishing I'd gotten in on the Last Bones Kickstarter. I wasn't too impressed with them.
Me neither.
Yeah. I think he's talking about Warhammer Quest. Well, no, we're talking about everything, to be honest with you.
Is it all connected to a certain degree, or
what's that?
Like the 40K and Warhammer? Is that?
Well, there's two different things. Okay. 40K, I think, is like the future, and then fantasy is more or less the past. So in the old days, it was kind of like, each, like the Bretonnians became the Empire in some sense. But pretty much it stays separate. But the different games that they have for it, for the fantasy realm, they have a football game. It's called Blood Bowl, and it's ridiculous. It's probably one of the most, you as a manager taking over your Blood Bowl team, and we would set up leagues, and they were huge. I mean, just massive leagues, and they were just so much fun. And people would John wants to come in. John, I'm sorry. I can join if there's still time. Yeah, hold on. I'll get you in there. But
Rob, I'm gonna get going. You can let John come in.
Oh no, you got plenty of room. I pay for the mega package.
Oh, okay.
You don't have to go anywhere.
All right.
Oh, thanks, James. I appreciate that encouragement. If I can build up the muster again, yeah, I will do that.
What's that?
Oh, James mentioned here just paint over my figures, my old figures.
Yeah, I've done it. I've redone models that I had from the 80s. I painted with a tester's kit.
Oh wow, nice.
Back in the day. Oh, my dog's barking, so it's real. It's real. Who's being mean to you, Rob? I'll set him straight. Oh, Liz, you're the best. I love you, Liz. No, nobody's mean to me. Trust me. Nobody's mean to me.
Did you ever get into the Talisman miniatures back in the day, Rob?
Many years ago? I have them all. You
do? Wow. The original ones back in the.
Yep, I have the original set, and I have the latest set. The set before this. It is my kid's favorite game, and we play it every Christmas.
Oh, nice.
And we lay out the whole thing, and it is an entire day. And I hate that game. I love the game because the kids want to play it, but when it takes that long to play,
right,
and they try to destroy each other in any way that they possibly can.
Oh, so the game goes on forever then.
Oh, let's get James in here. James, what's up?
Hey, how's it going?
All right, how are you,
James?
Hey, I'm building Silver Tower minis. So
Oh, okay. Now, Silver Tower is a follow-up from a game in 1995, which was Warhammer Quest, which was a very old game, and I've done it. I've done a couple of videos on it recently, and
oh yes, I think that was the one I was asking you about, Rob. That was the one, Warhammer Quest, with the like it had the same. It was Games Workshop.
Yes.
Okay, right. So they used the same because the miniatures remind me a lot of the old '80s Talisman ones.
Exactly.
Okay.
Dead on.
There you go.
So basically, that game there, and back in the day, they would take the same molds and repurpose them for a few different things. And that game was my favorite dungeon crawl of all time because it had this role-playing book, and it's about this thick, and you can just integrate all these different things into it, and it really became this unbelievable experience. So flash forward 30 years, they say, hey, we're gonna release Warhammer Quest, and we're calling it Silver Tower. Well, it had little nuances of Warhammer Quest, but it was nothing like Warhammer Quest. And
was it harder? Was it a lot more?
Nah, it was actually easier.
Oh, okay.
It was actually easier. And
you didn't like that? You found it was just took away from some of the sparkle of the original? Or?
Well, you know, when I just wish they would have rebooted the original because there was just so much to it. Now, on the other hand, the guy that worked on Warhammer Quest went over to a company called Mantic, and he kind of did something like it. It's called Dungeon Saga.
I've heard of it. Haven't tried it.
Yes. I've got a ton of videos on it.
I'll check it out.
And it actually is really, really good. But all the parts are kind of cheap. You know, it's not so much cheap. They've had some quality control issues, but you could tell that it's scaled down. You know, it's not the quality that you would get from a Games Workshop. Fantastic game.
Right.
I absolutely love it. But that's where it kind of jumbles and goes like 15 different directions.
Okay. Interesting.
Let's see here.
I'll take a look at that one then.
Oh yeah, no, definitely check it out. Definitely check it out.
When did that one come out? Do you remember when that one came out?
That one came out. Matter of fact, I'm looking right at it.
Last 10 years or?
Yeah, I'd say 2014, 2015.
Okay.
Somewhere in there.
Okay.
Finished up my Elven Union team for Blood Bowl last week. Now to get them into the game. The funny thing about this game is that you put together a team and then you go play somebody and then one of your guys gets killed. And he happens to be like your star player or something like that. Then you got to go buy another player. And it becomes personal. And when you play with your friends, you end up hating them. It's like, oh God, he's got an orc team. All he's going to do. The chat is blocking James. Why is the chat blocking James? James is in here. Is James in here? Yeah. James is right there. Oh, the chat's blocking James. I got it.
Bottom left-hand corner.
Boom. There we go. Matter of fact, I'll fix all this because I'm going to go back down to the table and start glowing. Boom.
Whoa.
I mean, this is a fantastic program.
Yeah, this is really good. This is really good.
Art is just special. And it's times like this when you're working on projects and you just want to, you know, have some company and get nothing done that you had planned on getting done. that you break this out. I'm trying to figure out how this goes. This is where it gets a little squirrely with some of these stupid parts. And okay. And then you got to sit here and fumble with it. And I was hoping that we would have none of these fumble parts. Oh, all right. Well, that went in there real good. Now I got to take it out and glue it, which is the worst part. I can't say enough about, the history behind this company. And, people get, annoyed with it, but they always come back. They always come back. I remember there was a movement. Oh, I'm never going to play another Warhammer game again. Sure enough.
They always come back, eh?
They come out with another. Well, guess what, folks? We're coming out with this. And then you find yourself running to the store trying to get in line to be the first one to buy it. I mean, I've done that many times. So, Dan, what do you got next on your channel?
I still got to make a video for your combat, the turn 2.
Oh, all right. We got to get that done, son.
I never continued it yet.
Just busy, huh?
Yeah, actually, I've been working. I'm considered essential.
Yeah, trust me, I know that feeling.
Oh,
unfortunately.
Yeah.
I know that feeling. How are things up in Canada?
Well, my work has sent us home about 3 weeks ago. I'm part of one of the school boards up here. And we were one of the first to start shutting down, actually, having people work from home.
Right.
Right now, it's only essential services. So up here, that's grocery stores and beer stores.
Yeah. And the Molson plant.
And right. None of those around here, but I'm a little further north than Toronto. But yeah, it's pretty quiet. It's pretty quiet, actually.
Wow.
It's pretty weird. It's a strange time in history. It feels like to me, anyways. I don't remember doing something like this before ever.
No. It's definitely a weird time in history, without any doubt for that.
How about Florida? Is a lot of people? Is everybody quarantining? Is it pretty much?
Yeah, it's pretty much shut down here. For me, I'm essential personnel. But it's pretty much just completely shut down. I mean, that's the best way to put it. I mean,
is there a lot of cases, Rob? Do you know in Florida and where you live? Is there?
Not where I live. It's in my county. There's only 140. Okay. Matter of fact, we're not even supposed to be talking about this on YouTube, but major cities, it's pretty busy. I mean, it's got a lot going on.
Gotcha.
And like I said, we're gonna get through this together one way or another.
Oh yeah, the only way I've suffered so far is that I can't get a haircut. So
yeah, matter of fact, my wife said the same thing. You desperately need a haircut.
Yeah. Me too.
Okay.
Yeah. Everybody's feeling it, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been staring at the clippers every few minutes every day now, thinking maybe it's time to make the big move. Go for something like what Dan's got.
There you go. There you go, Dan.
It's getting to that though. It's driving me nuts. I'm starting to feel very. This is my YouTube debut with showing my face on YouTube, and here I am with my shaggy hair. So
don't feel
time in history, people. It's a different time in history right now.
Yeah, it sure is.
I'll clean up one day.
What a way to make your debut, but well, no wonder why he made the drifter. He is one.
That's right. Yeah, and I'm going for my cowboy look.
Yeah,
Canadian cowboy.
Canadian cowboy. That means you would be from Calgary.
Exactly. Touche. Oh, hey, what's that? That looks familiar.
Oh, there you go. Look at this. Shameless plug.
Wow. Thanks, Dan. Appreciate it.
Dan, why don't you do that?
Yeah, you should put that in your channel if you actually enjoyed it.
Yeah, I just started, so I will probably at some point do a video.
Oh, wow. You got it all printed out and everything. Fantastic.
Yeah, that'd be a good one to do.
Yeah, I pretty much stopped doing updates for it, so.
Really?
Yeah, I think the version you played was 1.13 events book, Rob, and
Okay.
I stopped at 1.14. So
Okay.
good. Yeah. So
Yeah, I love it. It's fantastic.
no, thank you.
Yeah,
Appreciate
amazing work. Amazing.
Yeah, it was a passion project, right? Just a passion project. It wasn't like Rob said. You don't do these things to try to get YouTube famous or rich. It's just you have this compulsion to create, compulsion to want to make something, right? Just and if people enjoy it, that's you realize then how rewarding something can be too. It's nice to finish something, but then someone actually says they really enjoyed it. Like I got a great message from a guy who said he played with his 12-year-old kid or something, and he had a ball with it. And it takes me back to when I was 12 years old, right? And what it was like discovering these games, and and what it did to my imagination. Blew the doors wide open, kind of thing. And so,
well, the way it was done, I mean, I don't think I can ever create a game because I just don't think I could come up with that kind of story. I mean, because when you're playing this game, it tells you end up telling a story about the game, about your playthrough. Well, I was out here, and then all of a sudden the posse started changing, and then everything went wrong because I ran into these bunch of. So you end up telling a story, and it creates this unbelievable experience.
Well, I appreciate that because that's exactly what I wanted to accomplish with it, right? Was that like we talked about when you played your own Western tale, right? Like when you're all done, it will actually make you sit for a minute and maybe if you ponder, wow, I went through this and I went through this, and you feel like you experienced your own movie, your own experience in the Wild West, and so.
And it was a funny thing, and I always like to pull back the current because I try to be a pretty honest guy. You get a hold of me and you go and you're in the chat and you go, you got to check out my game, and I get emails and stuff like that. How to check out my game? Check out my game. I go, oh yeah, okay, all right. So you send me the thing. I print it out in black and white, and it says you need to print it out in color. I go,
yeah, you mentioned that. Yeah.
Oh, so I started doing like 3 other things, and then I you kept on coming in. I said, something, I owe it to this guy to check out this game.
That's very kind to think that, but you didn't at all.
No. I mean, I really try to be, I really try to be a decent human being, and be kind to people.
Well,
so
yeah, sorry. Yeah.
So I print it out. I get it home. I open it up. Now I never played Barbarian Prince or anything like that. And I open it up and I start looking at it and I go, oh my God, what is this? I go, this is unbelievable.
Me too.
So,
what happened?
And I laminate everything. I get everything all nice and sharp and everything. And I said, I'm going to do this live. And then, we did it live. And it turned out to be this fantastic. Everybody was like, what is this game? Where is it? It's like Barbarian Prince. So I go, okay, well, let me see Barbarian Prince. Printed that out. What a disappointment. And it just shows, again, I'm going to hit it home, how much this game is so much better and so much more.
Well, I appreciate that very much. That's very kind, because that's what I was going for, right? Simple, but yet involved enough where you feel like you're a part of it.
Right.
But telling your own story. So.
I'll say it again. One of my favorite games of the year.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that very much. Do you actually do a top 100 list, Rob? I think you've done that in the past.
Yeah, I've done it, but I'm never going to do another list.
No way.
No. But what I am going to do, is I will break down my favorite games of the year. But I'm not going to number.
In a numbered order. Right. What's the point, really? When you get into a top 100 games of all time, right? You think about how many games you've probably played in your life. They're probably all you're enjoying them. You're loving them all pretty much equally. Really.
And you leave something off. You always leave something off. But the other thing I found is that the reason I don't do lists anymore is that every Joe does a list. Every Tom, Dick, Harry does a list. And I go, well, if everybody's going to do lists, well, I'm not going to do one at all.
Well, no, you know what, though, Rob?
That's the kind of weird guy I am.
And this is nothing against other channels. Like, it's always great to get, this hobby content out there. I'm not criticizing necessarily, but But it is true that when you watch a lot of these channels, that they show their top 10 solo games or top 10 co-op games. 9 times out of 10, I found on channels, 8 out of the 10 games, or even 10 out of the 10, it's always the same games.
Yeah.
Always like the latest games that came out within the last year or two.
Yeah.
And it's not even a list dedicated to the last year, but yet that's all the games that they're mentioning right now. So I don't know if it's sponsorship stuff or if it's just people just gravitate to the newer stuff. But that's what really I gravitated to your channel, was that I thought it was really interesting that you're just willing to try anything. There's just what's out there. I really want. I'm looking for new experiences. I'm looking for new games. And so when you do that, to me, it shows an open mind, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's really important when it comes to playing any games, because I find that this hobby, there seems to be a lot of snootiness starting to develop a little bit, like a little bit.
It's been there. People it just took a little while for people to see it. It's always been there.
Right.
It's always been there. It's just this elitist attitude.
Yeah,
and,
right. Games can only be like this. Games can only be like that.
Yeah. This is crunchy. What does crunchy mean? I always wanted to be. I didn't want to be the cult of the new guy, because I did try to chase. This is a new game. Let me get a video out real quick for this. But what does that do? I mean, it doesn't help anything. You didn't play it enough. So I decided at some point, I just said, something? I'm just going to do what I feel like doing.
Right.
Like this game here is actually a year old.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's covered it a million times, but I don't care. I feel like doing it now.
Right.
All of a sudden I'm interested in it. And I just wait my time till I feel like doing something. And I've been a lot happier. I think that's the best way to put it. I just been happier.
Well, it probably feels a lot more honest too, right? Because you're just like you said, right? I myself actually have my own channel, and I've done a lot of solo playthroughs of games.
Why don't you plug your channel while you're here?
Oh, well, don't mind if I do. Thanks, Rob. It's Glowing Turtle. So
Glowing Turtle. So check out Glowing Turtle. Dan, what's the name of your channel?
Dan, where'd you go? Oh, bathroom break maybe? Grabbing a soda?
We're asking him for a plug. So, hey, James, are you just plugging along there?
Yeah, I'm just building my minis for Silver Tower.
You don't say much, do you?
Are you?
Well, you guys are talking, so I don't want to interrupt. But
no, interrupt anytime.
Please do. My goodness.
I do want to add though, like when you were saying, you appreciate him doing the older stuff and things like that. I do too. That's, I really appreciate your channel, Rob, and the things you do. And like this game here, it's 3 years old. I just got it. I'm not worried about all the cult of the new, like you said.
Right. Yeah, cult of the new. Great way to describe it.
Cult of the new. And it's just, I just don't feel it fits me.
Right.
And I'm just, I don't mind doing new things, but I just kind of, I'm kind of set in my ways. I don't know.
Right.
That's what happens when you get old.
Like I've played some great games that are new, and I've played some great games that are old, and it's just whatever. And like you said, and for my channel, I've just decided, one of my I was really surprised to see, but it told me that people out there really like this sort of thing. Like when I did a video on Barbarian Prince like 2 years ago. And it's got lots of views, lots of hits. Like there's a lot of people who comment, right? Like, oh, I used to love this game as a kid, or I never heard of this game before. I really want to check this out. Just, you're introducing something new to somebody, regardless if it's being 30, 40 years old. It's new. Oh,
yeah. A game's a game.
A game's a game.
All right. The thing is, it's nice that games are so far advanced now that technologically, that they can make these beautiful boards and all this stuff. But sometimes a game mechanic and something from a long time ago that may not look as pretty or thematic, it's just something that just stands out about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, Dan, we were trying to plug your site, dude.
Oh,
yeah, Dan.
You took off. Right in the middle, we go, hey, Dan, why don't you plug your site, bro?
Oh, it's Dan Uzo.
Dan Uzo. Make sure you check out.
I'll go subscribe to you, Dan.
Oh, thank you.
Put further pressure on you to do a video on the Drifter.
Yeah, look at that. That's
you don't have to bother. I've got lots now. Actually, it's actually quite nice. The number of people have done videos now. So
That's
it's always
nice.
appreciated. Well, it was funny because when I put it on Drive Through RPG actually said said a thing there to make a video introducing your game, because they posted it there, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, hey, that's a great idea. I'll do that then. So,
yeah, I think, and I still think it needs to hit more people to see it, because I really think a lot of people would really enjoy it.
It's a throwback for sure, like the old Barbarian Prince, Star Smuggler kind of concept, right? Like not much going on. You're just watching a little block move across a very crude map. So, but it shows it's a testament to our imaginations, though, too. Like I just thought to myself, there's got to be a lot more people out there like me who really enjoy that kind of experience, that really have vivid imaginations and like rolling dice.
Oh God, yeah.
Right.
I mean, I think I like rolling dice more than anything else in the world.
Amen. I just love it. I don't know what it is.
It's the randomness. It's the chance that nothing is going to go right. And then you're sitting there. You go, I know I'm going to roll a 1.
Absolutely.
I know I'm going to roll a 1.
Yeah. And actually, it's funny you say that, because I wanted to encapsulate that feeling in the Drifter too. That typically, if you roll low, it's a bad thing that happens. But if you roll high, it's a good thing. And if it's middle, it's like maybe good, maybe kind of bad, depending. So I love that anticipation feeling with rolling dice.
Oh,
God. I'm right there with you guys. I love dice checking.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, me too. It's great.
I mean, it pretty much it's.
Sorry.
And sometimes I'll stay away from a game because it doesn't have dice.
Me too.
Yeah, right there. Yeah.
Well, I don't. Where's the randomness?
It's funny you mentioned that, Rob. It reminds me of a game actually that I painted a couple of years ago. Maybe you guys have tried it. Ruin Bound?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Ruin Bound. I painted the minis for that one too, actually, guys. And it was that was a fun game. It was a nice game. But to your point, I like the idea that yes, that's it. The 3rd edition. That's the one I got too. Mm-hmm. And it was interesting, because you toss these well, I guess almost like double-sided coins, really, like ruins are supposed to be, right? But apparently the 2nd edition, and maybe you guys can clarify this, it was all dice, and I found that a little more appealing, but it was already out of print by that point. So
I have the 2nd edition.
Do you have the 2nd edition? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How is it compared to the 3rd?
It's I didn't get the 3rd edition.
Okay.
Because they went. It's kind of like a dungeon quest. You're supposed to do this rock, paper, scissors type of thing with cards. But if you play it solo, they have a dice mechanism. And I always go with the dice mechanism because I always want that randomness. I don't want to think, oh, well, I know this guy's going to crush me, or there's got to be a glimmer of hope.
Yeah, that's right.
There's possibly I can roll a 6 here, even though this is impossible.
Yeah.
I'm going to get monkey stopped. I had this chance. I rolled. Yeah, I still failed, but at least I feel satisfied that I went out with my boots on.
That's right. Well, it's the optimist in us.
Yeah.
I can do this. It's possible. It's possible. I can roll this.
It's possible.
Yeah. Never tell me the odds.
Yeah, never tell me the odds. All right. We've been on for an hour and 45 minutes.
Yes. Actually, and I need to call my wife. So.
Yeah. So we're going to end this. But as you can see, I've got this whole torso built in that hour and a half.
Not bad. Looks good.
Hold on. I'm going to show it up. So we're getting there. And I got to make 2 of these. But that's okay. I'm all right with it. We're going to continue on. Next week, we'll come back and we'll do some more of this. And then I'll show you the other box that I got coming in of this. So that'll be exciting as well. I want to thank, of course, Ken for popping in. Listen, if you don't have Drifter, shame on you.
That's
all right. Shame on you. There's no reason. I don't even know why you're here if you don't have Drifter. Go check it out. Check out the video. Look at Dan holding it up.
Holy jeez.
Dan is going to do a live. Is going to do a playthrough of it.
Turn to a Drifter con.
He's going to He's going to do a whole Drifter thing for us at some point.
Oh, that's fantastic. Appreciate that, Dan.
Make sure that you pick this up down at Drive Through RPG.
Well, I'm just gonna sign off right now, Rob. But thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.
Oh, no problem.
Face, sir.
Ken,
Guys,
it was great meeting you. So now everybody knows who the glowing turtle is. Which next time that we do this, I hope you'll come on and tell us why the glowing turtle.
Oh,
See?
I'll have to ponder that.
You got to save that. You got to save it.
It's as random as my dice chucking, I think. Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right.
I'll try to think of a good reason. Thanks, guys. Have a great night.
You're welcome. Take it easy. And then, of course, I mean, how can I not thank? Oh, hold on. I'm just making sure that we answered everything. Thanks for doing the stream. Help us smile, Rob. All the best to everyone here, of course. Drifter is awesome. It sure is. I have a 2-year-old, a 1-year-old, and I have one old, 1 2-year-old. Oh, okay. Got it. Boy, we need an origin story. But again, Dan, come on, make some more videos, bro.
I'm going to try.
I checked them out. They're going good. I want to see the second part of combat.
Thank you.
James, are you going to be there Friday?
I'm definitely going to try. Is it okay to bring a Baylor from the Legend of
You
Drifts?
can bring whatever you want. Bring whatever you want to the party. Don't forget, everybody, we're going to be doing a live painting this Friday for WizKids and Army Painter. We are painting the Baylor, which is the next figure in line. You get it at Miniature Market. I think they actually put up a list of paints that I'm going to be using, so you guys can be ready and paint along with me. And we're going to do the same format where you guys are going to be able to come in and paint along with me. Also, we also have War and Pieces coming up on Wednesday with Dan and myself. Not Dan Uzo, but if Dan wants to pop his head in, he's more than welcome to pop in on Dan and me. But we leave it really open, and we talk about all the latest games that are coming out for Wargaming. You can find that on Board Game Geek, and of course here on Rob's Tabletop World. Most importantly, though, if you are not subscribed to this channel, shame on you. Hit that subscribe button. Go over to Dan's, hit that subscribe button. Thumb that baby up like there's no tomorrow. All right. And then join the Twitter army. Make sure you get your Dancing Pikachu. There's nothing more important in life than having a Dancing Pikachu. And as always, it's a pleasure to be here. Guys, I want to thank you for popping in here and making this fun. This was a very quick hour or 2 hours, basically now. Hour 50. And we had some fun. We hung out. I hope it made everybody's day a little bit easier. I love you all. Hey, Rob, have you seen my email? Zeblik, send it to me so I can check it out. All right. I'm going to go eat.
Me too.
All right. James, thanks for coming by. Oh, dude, look at that. Nice. That's actually a real cool figure, too. He's a lot of fun to paint. You take your pinks and you highlight them. Oh, he just comes out. The pink horrors are awesome. Guys, you're the best. Everybody else, I love you to death. Until next time, it's your old pal Rob. We shall see you soon.
Bye.